Hey, what's up guys? This is a quick demo video for this Ignition Saber Company Peridian Knight Ezra Bridger Saber. So this is an offering by TJ over Ignition Saber Company. It's available on his website now. I picked one up as a personal project just because I like to do them every so often when I can. It looked like a really cool saber. I had previously done one for someone else, and I just wanted an opportunity to kind of geek out on it myself. So this is what I did. It is installed with a Proffie. I did do some things to the chamber or the chassis. It's a 2-button setup. 2 switches are located underneath this clamp card. They're very small tactile switches, and it comes with a provided PCB for those. All right, so you do have to press all the way forward on this clamp card to get your power, and you want to press all the way back on the clamp card to get auxiliary. I did install it with a Carl Chen V4 Neopixel connector. And then what I spent most of my time doing is here on the inside of the handle. All right, so I wanted to put a crystal chamber in this guy. There is not a ton of room in this saber, although it does look like it has plenty of room when the saber is fully closed. If you'll take a look at that pommel, which I'll show you up close here, the pommel really stops right here before the sound venting. You can see my face right on the back side of this vent, right? So the speaker really needs to stop short right here. So that only gives you, I think it was, we can measure it real quick. How much room did I have after the threading? 3.8 inches, right? So, I wanted to put a crystal chamber in, which I did. And this is what that looks like. So that is a brass crystal chamber. I did an aluminum sleeve over it. Instead of doing acid etching this time, I did some laser etching. All right, so it does say Peridian Knight over here in Arabic. There is a place for a 15 pixel accent strip right here that shines through. Coming over here, if you can kind of see it, I did some circuitry laser etching over here. I did a little bit of circuitry laser etching around the cutouts for the crystal chamber. It does have a real quartz crystal in there. I put a cutout right here to access the kill switch, so you can turn this on without taking the sleeve off. Although to take the battery out and to access the board, you will need to take the sleeve off. All right, and it's very easy to do. All we want to do is to go get an Allen wrench. So all we want to do if we want to access any of that stuff is there's a single grub screw right here. You don't have to take it out. Really just take it and tighten it and push it into the crystal chamber. All right, and then when it tightens, you can just simply slide this off. So we'll slide this off. That gives you access to the Proffie board. The Proffie board is a snap fit down into the shelf, so it will need to be popped up for SD card access and then snap back down. There's really no way of getting around it with this build. It is running a 28mm Smuggler's Outpost speaker. And then this is a removable 18350 battery. And again, I needed to go this size so that I could fit the crystal chamber in here. A very underrated battery in my opinion. I think it's fine to run most all Sabers. I put this size battery in the Taco Shop chassis when I do my Raxus installs, and I've done it on a lot of other Sabers like the Roman Props MK1. Typically will take an 18350 battery, and there's plenty of juice there to run everything that you want to run. But when you want to put the sleeve back on, you simply just slap it on, line up the hole in the sleeve with the grub screw that we tightened up, right? And then when you do that, the slots in the sleeve will line up with those LED strip cutouts as well. So line that up exactly how you want it, and then take that little grub screw that we tightened and just back it up just a hair. Back it up enough to where it's not poking past the diameter of the sleeve, but it's up enough to where now this won't come off. All right. I did mean originally to machine this hole here where you could take the battery out without taking the sleeve off, but I messed that up a little bit. So the sleeve will need to be taken out to get the battery out, but it's no biggie. All right. What do we got? Let's go ahead and flip the kill switch. So really you just take a tool or something, you come in this hole right here, flip the kill switch. So you got that quartz crystal going there. the LED strips are going. So the LED strips are wired together. The crystal is wired separately, and then the blade is wired separately. So there's a total of 3 blade styles running this saber. All right, so we come over here and we hit power. So the LED strips will start going in a faster motion. The crystal will go solid. I did make this blue for Ezra. Auxiliary. And it's got twist off, all right? And then you just simply slide the handle on, it'll slide right on. This was a very fun project to do. I wasn't sure I would be able to get everything in there that I wanted to, given the length of room to work, but I think it worked out really well. All right, and then this saber is made for a 1-inch diameter blade. Well, before I do that, you can see the LEDs firing up. So the chassis sleeve, the aluminum chassis sleeve, goes completely over the 28mm speaker, so it is fully enclosed and shooting out of this guy, and it makes it a very loud saber. All right, so we're gonna put this in, lock this down. There's a single blade retention screw. So if we can focus in on this part real quick, it will not be these two. Leave these two alone, they're for the greebly. But this guy right here, that's the blade retention screw. All right, so we'll turn this on. We'll get a flash on class. Auxiliary. Do some blade lockup. There we go. It can be a little bit tricky to do the power and the auxiliary separately because this is a small clamp card area, but it was very cleverly designed to be able to have a 2-switch setup. So you will find, you know, just if you press towards the front of the clamp card, you'll get power just fine, like this. If you press towards the back, you'll get auxiliary. Just like that, right? We'll go ahead and take the blade out of here. This is a saber that I added to the RTS section, or the ready to ship section of my website, which is something that I'm trying to do every so often. Just take on a personal project that I like building, and then I'll put it up there for sale if I don't want to keep it. All right. When you want to turn the saber off, of course, just put your tool back in here, flip the kill switch, and it kills power. But that is the Peridian Knight that I did with a custom brass crystal chamber and aluminum chassis sleeve up on my website. All right, thanks for looking.